Hi all, welcome to the Marquee Matchups for the 26th of December. Plenty to cover this week despite having the winter break kicking in for a number of leagues. We only got the 2-0 spot on in the end after realising Hibs mix up and realised that AC Milan or Juventus would pop up, so can't complain in the end. El Clasico and AC Milan. Smash likes as always, guys. Sub to the channel for new. Follow me on Twitter, G the Legend. All the links down below for everyone involved in the Predictions League, and also social media links as well. So first route of the week comes from Italy with Inter versus Lazio and Torino versus Genoa. Quite fancy this because Inter versus Lazio, both teams have players that, Inter Milan have players that could feature in prime icons, and also the League SBC potentially could be the Calcio A. However, regardless, I would fancy this anyway due to the teams that are featuring. But I would say 78, 79 rated, handful of rares, maybe between 4 and 6, maybe even a mix of nations as well, or even an emphasis on Italian players. As long as you've got a number, I always build a team within the league and it kind of covers you. Torino versus Genoa, I'd mark down as a 5 or a 6 out of 10, but Inter versus Lazio is the game I'm a bit more confident about. As always, the way I've prepared the squad covers Torino, Genoa, Lazio and Inter. The right centre back is the Lazio player for those curious, that's Marquee. Then EPL option has Spurs versus West Ham, Arsenal versus Chelsea and Brighton versus Bournemouth. 3 big games. Could one of them feature is the biggest question. I honestly do not know. I think one could sneak in. The biggest question is which one. All 3 probably in their own right are around the 6 out of 10. It's just a case of which one they would pick. I don't want to say one gets paramount priority over the other, but for me personally, you'll find maybe Matty Ryan could be a popular card to buy for this, or Izquierdo, or Pascal Grob for Brighton. Bournemouth is like Ake, Cook, these kind of players, Wilson, Defoe and King. But for me, 79, 80 rated, as long as you're prepared in that ballpark, you'll be sorted. It's just a case of covering the chem, handful of the rares, handful of the nations, and at least I would usually just build the whole league just for safety's sake. Keeps you covered, and then you don't have to worry about a shortage. Scottish Premier League have 3 options that you can cover: Celtic versus Rangers, Hamilton versus Motherwell, and if they need to, Hibernian versus Hearts, because that plays on the 27th. I made that mistake last week, guys, so apologies on that slip up. But basically, I would say one of these 3 games could feature. Which one precisely is the big question, because they're all derbies in their own form. If Celtic versus Rangers feature, then assume potentially the SPFL could be the small league, but also Larson could feature in the prime icons. But anyway, regardless, 70 rated squad, smart options. Look at the gold at Celtic. For Rangers, you want to kind of look at the mid-tier silvers, and then for like Hibs, Hearts, Hamilton, Motherwell, you just kind of want a mix of the decent players within the league that are also rare as well, and then just kind of balance the team with a number of players that are decent rated to get your 70 rated. Emperor's Cup final, and the 2 teams are not announced yet, but it's Cerezo, Osaka and Vissel Kobe is one game, and then you've got the other game between Kawisha, Resol and Yokohama Marinos. I think that's how you pronounce the name. But basically, in the short term, I would assume one of these basically whoever's in the final, I think is going to feature. I think due to the lack of options, realistically, this is like there's only real 4 main options that can kind of throw in, and this kind of is one of them. And it would be a smart option. They did the Monterrey versus Pachuca. It seemed quite logical to do the Emperor's Cup final, but I've give it a 6, 7 out of 10. I quite fancy it. Podolski, Kiyotaki, I feel if you've got them in the squad, you're sorted. And the last options of the week, guys, it comes from League 1 in the EFL. This is for a number of reasons, because I think if, depending on who gets prime icons, then it can link into this as well because of Blackburn. But Wigan versus Shrewsbury is a top 2 clash currently. Could be that kind of scenario come next Tuesday. MK Dons versus Peterborough is also a game that is marked up in the league as an important game between both. But I would say cover 69, 70 rated squad at the very highest and you should be sorted. For me, I would say be aware though that might if it's like the Wycombe game that was picked this week, you might want to cover yourself with not just a number of English players, but cover a number of nations as well, but also cover a number of rare players as well. I feel that's something they could easily just throw a spanner in the working. So hopefully find this useful as always, guys. So be aware there's might not seem as much, but you've got quite a lot of games there really. So be fully prepared for this nonetheless. As I said, Celtic versus Rangers, Inter versus Lazio, Emperor's Cup final, and then I'm thinking maybe one of the EFL options. Smash likes are always, sub to channel for now, follow me on Twitter, JayTheLegend, and I'll catch you all later.